Hello, Bobcats. Miss Woolhite here. Of course, we're still in Chapter 6. We're moving on to Lesson 9. We're going to be using estimation today. And yes, it's a 5th grade standard, something you have to learn. Okay, I'm hoping at the end of the lesson, you'll be able to estimate quotients, right? The answers to division problems. I hope you estimate quotients of decimals and whole numbers. Why, Mrs. Woolhite? Well, it's going to help us do that mental math to see if our answer is reasonable. Also, if we're in the store and we're trying to figure out the price of a certain item, being able to do this mental math using estimation will help you so that you can see how much are you spending for each individual item. Okay, what do we already know about estimating? Well, we use estimation to show what the number or the value is about. What is the worth? What's it close to? It's not an exact answer. It's not accurate. It's just giving us something close. So for instance, $3.42 is pretty close to $3. Clearly it's more than $3, but it's about $3. Okay, if we look at $2.87, it's closer to $3 as well. Yes, it's less than $3, but it's about $3. $2.10 is pretty close to $2. So again, being able to estimate allows us to quickly deal with numbers. So from my experience, I know that estimation allows me to work with numbers quickly in my mind. All right, so today what you're going to do is first step, we're going to estimate. We're going to try to get that decimal close to a whole number so it's easier to deal with in our mind. So first, we're going to estimate. Next, we'll be able to divide mentally, right? We're trying to do that mental math, make it easy on ourselves. Finally, is it reasonable? Does our answer make sense? We're going to go ahead and estimate our quotient. All right, example number 1. Miss Glover buys 2 kites for a total of $15.18. If each kite costs the same, about how much did each kite cost? Explain why your answer is reasonable. Well, first thing I notice is that word about. So we're finding the about answer. It's not the accurate, the exact answer. They want to know what's close. So we're going to go ahead and use those steps. Step 1, estimate. Well, $15.18 is close to 15. But since I'm dividing by 2, I'm going to go ahead and use 16 so I can do the mental math. I can do 16 divided by 2. It's about $8. So I can go ahead and say each kite is about $8. How do I know if it's reasonable? Well, 8 times 2 is 16, and she spent a little less than $16, so it makes sense. 3 friends went out to dinner. The total cost of their meals was $32.57. If the friends split the bill evenly, about how much will each person pay? Explain why your answer is reasonable. Again, we're going to do the about answer. We're figuring out what is it close to. Well, $32.57. We can go ahead and estimate or round that to 33. Why 33? Well, I'm dividing it by 3 people, and I can do that mental math. So after I estimate $32.57 to $33, I can go ahead and divide. Well, I know 3 divides into 33 about 11 times. So each friend will pay about $11. Since 3 times 11 is $33, and $33 is pretty close to $32.57, I know the answer is reasonable. I know that I got a correct answer. All right, Bobcats, moving into the guided practice. We're going to use those steps. Estimate each quotient. Well, step 1, I'm going to estimate $19.50 to 20 because I can do my mental math. I can divide 20 divided by 5, so it's around $4. Is it reasonable? Well, if I check through multiplication, 4 times 5 is 20, which is close to $19.50. I have a good estimate. Moving on to problem 2. $47.25. Well, I'm dividing by 25, so I'm going to choose 50. The whole goal is that mental math, and I can divide 50 into 2 groups of 25. 2 times 25, or 2 quarters, is 50. So I know I have a good estimation by saying it's about 2. 16 and 8/10 divided by 4. Well, I know 16 would probably be the best estimate because I can divide 16 divided by 4 in my mind. And I know that there's 4 in each group. Or 4 times 4 is 16. So it's good. It's a very good estimation. It's around that. All right, independent practice. Estimate each quotient. Well, this time I'm dividing by 11, so I'm going to go ahead and estimate 87 and 3/10 to 88. I can do 11 times 8, or 88 divided by 8 is 11. So that means that it must be around 8. Okay, moving on to number 5. Well, 44 and 7/10 divided by 5. Well, I can estimate it to 45. I can also estimate it to 50. Really, both of them are compatible to 5. I'm going to choose 45. Okay, and I know that 5 times 9 is 45. So it's about 9. 9 times 5 is 45, so it works. It's reasonable to say it's not the accurate answer, but the estimated answer be around 9. Moving on to problem 7. Okay, this time I'm dividing by 6. So what am I going to estimate 28 to? Well, I know 30 will work because I can do that mental math. I know that 6 times 5 is 30. So I know it's about 5. All right, we're still in independent practice. It's getting a little bit trickier, but it's really the same concept. We're going to start with estimating. Well, I know I'm dividing by 12, so I'm going to go ahead and estimate to 120. I know that 12 times 10 is 120, so it's around 10. Okay, now this number, 62, I'm going to actually estimate it to 60. Once I have that 0, then that allows me to do a little bit easier mental math. 576, well, it's pretty close to 600. Okay, it's not accurate, but it's close, right? We're trying to do that mental math. I can divide 60 into 600. Remember our tricks with the zeros. So 6 goes into 60 10 times. So it's about 10, right? It's close. So 60 times 10 is 600. So it's reasonable to say it's around 10. Okay, down here on number 12, $15.47. Well, I'm going to use 14. It's a little bit less than $15.47, but again, I'm trying to do some mental math. And I know that 7 times 2 is 14. So it's around 2. Finally, 13. I'm going to estimate 18 so that I have 20. Getting that 0 to play with because it's a little bit easier. Okay, and I'm going to estimate 56 and 3/10 to 60. And I know that 20 times 3 is 60. So we're going to have 3 groups of 20, or around 3 groups. Now remember, Bobcats, the reason why we're learning this skill today is you're going to use it in real life. So let's look at some problem solving. It costs $158.75 to purchase 15 tickets to the state fair. About how much does one ticket cost? So we're looking for what is it close to. Step 1, we're going to estimate. Well, I'm going to estimate it to $150. It's pretty close to $150. And I picked $150 because I can divide 15 into that number easily. Okay, and how many times does 15 divide into 150? Well, it's 10. So I understand the answer to be around $10. Is it exactly 10? No, but it's asking me what is it about. I know it's reasonable because 10 times 15 is 150, or close to the price we're going to have to pay. Jake bought 3 drawing pens for $8.07. Each pen cost the same amount. About how much did he spend for one pen? Well, I know that I'm dividing by 3 because he bought 3 of them, so I'm going to choose $9. Yes, he spent less than $9, but it's close to 9. About how much did he spend on each pen? He spent about $3 on each pen. It's reasonable because 3 times 3 is $9, and $9 is close to the amount he spent. Make sense of problems. It costs $88.50 for 6 adults to see an exhibit on Egyptian mummies. About how much does it cost for 1 adult to see the exhibit? Well, I'm going to be dividing by 6, so I want to choose a number that can easily be divided by 6. Okay, $88.50. Well, I'm going to go ahead and choose, 10 times 6 is 60, right? No, not close enough. 11 times 6 is 66. I think I can get a little bit closer. What's 15 times 6? 90. Well, I think 90 is probably pretty close to $88.50. Okay, and how many times will 6 divide into 90? 15. I concluded the answer is $15 is about the cost for 1 person to see the exhibit. Is it reasonable? Well, 15 times 6 is 90, which is pretty close to the amount they have to pay. It's reasonable. All right, Bobcats, what did you learn today? Well, in summary, today I learned estimation is a great tool. It's very useful when trying to solve problems. If you're able to estimate the answer, then that will let you know if it's reasonable. Whatever the accurate answer is it close? Is it right? Does it make sense? Okay, also being able to do that mental math estimation allows us to work with money. We don't want to go to the cashier with less money than we need, right? So I'm hoping today you were able to use estimation to solve some division problems. And thank you so much for your attention.